Yeah, so I thought there was a similarity between the two states, anyway, love and being on drugs. So I wrote this poem and imaginatively titled it Love Drug. Assumed I was immune to eyes, but yours seduced me like Rehypnol. Neutralised my acid butterflies with a smile like Pepto-Bismol. My bowels dropped like Senecot as I watched you on that podium, but your radiating radiance blocked me like Imodium. Your essence was essential, complex like multivitamins. You made me hyperactive, then calmed me down like Ritalin. Your nitrous oxide laugh was unsurpassed, but it covered your abrasiveness like elastoplast. Your force turned dark, as if your name was Anakin. You became my headache and my simultaneous anodine, my canistin and my irritating itch, my Optrex and my bit of aggravating grit. You were the heroin that saved me from being left alone, but I preferred that habit to being addicted to your methadone. Now you're my opiate religion. How I wish that I'd foreseen the pain you caused me that would hook me to your morphine. I was happy when I met you. Now my moods are so black. You're the root of my depression. I depend on you like Prozac. I used to write as my antidote, but now my flow's blocked. You've frozen my emotional expression like Botox. Are other men's girlfriends like this, or did they just get used to them? 1 minute on you like a rash, next minute cold like Sudocrem. Makes me tear my hair out, the way you like to call me pain. My confidence recedes, then you restore it like Regain. You pummel my emotions, then ease me like deep heat. Your tongue's so surgically sharp, it cuts me 3 feet deep, but your saliva's antiseptic. Protects my wounds like Savalon. My stomach's filled with bile, you turn to milk like Gaviscon. As I refrain from warning, you're messing with the wrong fella. My bitten tongue lies flaccid. Your kiss soothes it like Bonjela. My lips are tingling with sores, but your mouth is like Zavirax. My breath constricts as if my neck's been tied by 20 tie racks. I whisper, I feel suffocated. And that just gives you kicks. You smother me till I asphyxiate, then let me breathe like Vicks. I'm still young and you're still fit. There's no need for Viagra. But you make me take it anyway till you're gushing like Niagara. You keep, sorry. Just get it out of your mind. Oh, mind cleanse. You keep me going like Barocca as I live through your toil. Your benefits leave a bad taste like cod liver oil. You make me walk for miles in your shoes, then apply the Compede. You're up my nose like coke, my heart beats at the wrong speed, but then you bring me down like Valium. Subdue me till I'm tranquil. Your words support like Juby grip, but you twist mine like an ankle. This relationship is sick. I can't kill it yet. I want to quit, but you're more addictive than a cigarette, and other girls are Nicorette, and I'll patch on you. And there's no cure, because there's no disease I'd rather catch than you. I'm not looking at my, well, I am looking at my watch, I'm also looking at my set list. I wrote it on that side, and then washed my hands after I went to the toilet, like a good boy. And I didn't have a set list left, so I've now written on the back. Just harder, because it's hairier. Okay, so yeah, in the sort of keeping in the love vein, this is another failed relationship poem, but it's not as funny. So enjoy. It's cool. It's my attempt actually to deal with the whole kind of like nuclear energy, nuclear arms issue through the medium of a love poem. And it goes like this. It's called Hiroshima, My Love. He was like this alpha male particle who randomly crashed into me at a party, all promise and ambition. But that first collision released amorous energy equivalent to nuclear fission. I felt chained to the reaction, forever changed by our attraction, and split not into subatomic fractions, but simply into me before and after our interaction. In those early days, he worshipped me with praise and flowers, be they radiant roses like rays of sun the earth devours when days are done, or tulips, geraniums, cadmium red, yellow as uranium. I was enriched. 235 times over, his alchemy made heavy water days fizz like soda. I glowed, ablaze, irradiated, penetrated like gamma. He even made me begin to imagine creating a nuclear family. He worshipped me like the goddess Demeter. Said our love was too abundant to meet her. Said our love could cheat the fallout from an atomic bomb. Beat the apocalyptic hinterland of a nuclear winter. Man, he was wrong. But beneath a love too good to ever be through, grew a tumour of mutant words, so meant to be true, but emptied of energy when his fuel rod was spent. Waste mounted in underground pools too deep to be faced, and when it leaked out, we covered it up with a blanket of secrets, smothered it, fucked with forced groans that used to be felt, drowned the sound of alarms, screaming of meltdown, and as our half-lives decayed, contamination became weapons-grade stockpiles, proliferation of fissile missiles made mutual destruction assured, with just a hair-trigger deterrent like Damocles' sword. Mushroom storm clouds brewing, a rain of ruin, estranged lovers ducked for cover, pressed button pursuing a white-hot solution for Cold War allies turned enemies. All that's left is a shadow of love burned on our memories. This is called On Paper. I wasn't always this. A crisp, white, straight edge from a box of 500, waiting patiently for my blank face to be laden with lines which barely make sense, and my bottom to be numbered. I slumbered as a seed, spent 50 years growing to a tree before being lumbered, hacked and packed. But that previous incarnation is just a tiny part of me. The timber plantation, a mere fibre of my memory. I've been weaved from pieces of paper more numerous than the leaves of the trees they were made from. More multitudinous. Oh, it's a piece of recycled paper, I should add. More multitudinous than the... Sorry, it's quite crucial to the setup of the whole poem there. This isn't recycled, by the way, but it is from FSC stock. More multitudinous than the stories and sums written on their faces, created to make people believe the imaginary status of the places they come from. I'm the glossy magazine the teenage girl threw in the bin along with her dream of ever being that fucking thin. I'm the two stuck together skins, binned with all the others by the little boy teaching himself to make those long cone-shaped cigs, smoked by his older brothers. I'm the torn up letter in which she explained why she had to go or wouldn't stay. He couldn't tell the difference. And one of many bunched fist tissues which littered the flat as he grew accustomed to the company of his right hand. I'm the stamp on the envelope sent to the home of an old lady living alone from a faraway cousin who just discovered a distant leaf on a branch of his family tree, but which arrived too late for her to see as she withered in the autumn of her life and fell. I'm the paper bell that tolled for the trader who neglected to invest in gold as the market crashed. His fortune dashed against the rocks of his stock portfolio, now shredded, along with the unfettered free market beliefs to which he was wedded. I'm the last fiver, the sole survivor from the dole docket, unable to keep my promise to pay the bearer the sum since I swam to my death in the wash, which he forgot to check her pockets. I'm the photo in the locket, the last memory of a painful legacy from which he was finally free when he accidentally dropped it. I'm the torn up sheet from the rhyme book of the wannabe MC who gave up spitting consciously because she believed gangster paper chasing was the only way to succeed. I'm the paper bag the lad was told he couldn't punch his way out of by his dad as he beat him, and a train ticket that was all it took to be punched to eventually defeat him. I'm the wood chip they stripped from the walls, hoping to paper over the cracks. I'm the final reminder for your gas, phone, electric, your council tax. I'm your kids' detention slips, and the last piece of bog roll when you've got the squits. I'm Enron's share certificates. I'm yesterday's obituaries. News of the world. I'm the fragmented dreams of 1,000 trees that aspired to great heights imagined through photosynthesis. I am light made solid. I'm the register of all your lives, from the most angelic to the most squalid. But I have no voice. I have no choice but to rely on your hard work to make heard all my hidden songs. So please, make sure your words are worth